Well, I think against San Jose, we did a really good job on a high press. We won the ball a lot of times during that game, and it was just a couple of times where we were a little bit. We missed a little bit on communication there between the players, and I think we talk about that during this week. Um, And the other thing is, I think we struggle a little bit on the mid block. And it was because, we were having two thoughts. Some players, part of the team was defending the mid block instruction, and some players were defending in like a high block instruction. And then it's like we got a little bit caught on that situation. This is why we had some issues on the mid block. But overall, I think for a first game, it was pretty good, and we just have to keep growing on that side and getting better.
Thank you, Nathan. We'll go over to Drew, please.
Hey, Coach. Happy Thursday. Just got a couple quick ones for you. I saw Garrett post something online the other day that kind of caught my eye about Nicosi, just the way he brought the team together after the first goal of the game against San Jose. What have you seen in his leadership this season that has changed from years past, and what are you hoping that he can continue to do as far as growing as a leader on this team?
I think he's just progressing. I think we saw him different last year throughout the whole season, and he's stepping up as one of the leaders in the locker room, right? And it's something that we as a staff have been working with him, me personally, since I arrived to the club, and I saw a lot of potential in him, not only as a player, if not as a leader. And he wants to get better on that side. He's working hard to be one of the leaders in the team, and we're really happy, to have multiple leaders that the team can rely on.
Yeah, towards the end of the game, he picked up kind of a facial injury. I saw online he had to wear a mask all week in training. Is that going to be a temporary thing for him, or is that going to be something he might have to wear long term this season?
Yeah, he had a broken nose, but he can breathe. He can, he doesn't have any issue, and he's gonna wear a mask, and I think they just moved the nose to the right place, if I'm not wrong, and he just will have to wear the mask for a little bit, and when it's solidified that the bone, he will take out the mask.
As far as other injuries go, is there any other injuries new to report from this week in training? I saw that Jesus Paxson, their back, obviously. Anyone else that has popped up this week that might be a question for Saturday?
After always the first game is more soreness than normal in some players that you're not used to play 90 minutes, and you play at a high intensity, and you can see how some players could have a little bit more sore than normal. I think Sebastian reported during the game some soreness in his calf, and we'll see how he progressed during the week, but we are not going to take any risk if he doesn't feel good enough to play.
Thank you, Drew. We'll jump over to Carlos, please.
Hola, ¿qué tal, profe? Muy buenas tardes.
Hola, Carlos.
Preguntarle sobre las sensaciones tras el primer partido, victoria agónica, se sufre pero se cumple el objetivo, y lo que se viene, ¿no? Contra Montreal, ¿cómo ve al equipo en términos generales?
Bueno, sí, siempre habíamos dicho, ¿no?, que el primer partido es un partido diferente, un partido difícil, porque bueno, hay mucha ansiedad, ¿no?, después de una larga espera para empezar la temporada. Y sí que es verdad que este es mi tercer año, los dos primeros no pudimos ganar jugando en casa, empatamos contra Toronto y perdimos contra Minnesota. Por lo tanto, muy contento, ¿no?, de haber podido ganar este primer partido por primera vez desde que llegué. Y bueno, a partir de ahí seguir creciendo, seguir mejorando, y ahora tenemos un partido contra Montreal muy importante. Montreal es un buen equipo con buenos jugadores, hicieron un gran partido contra Orlando y esperamos, ¿no?, el poder desarrollar nuestro juego lo mejor posible para poder conseguir los 3 puntos.
Rápidamente, profe, ¿cómo ve el equipo a nivel físico, físicamente? Entiendo, lo comentaba justo, que el primer partido siempre es complicado, ¿no? ¿Cómo ve el equipo físicamente tras el primer partido? Gracias.
Yo creo que bien, yo creo que fue un partido muy intenso para ser el primero y el equipo respondió muy bien, incluso al final creo que tuvimos fuerzas, ¿no?, para seguir peleando y para seguir disputando el partido para ganarlo y ahora creo que simplemente crecer cada semana, ¿no?, en ese aspecto físico de ritmo de partido, ¿no?
Se viene el debut de Petar Musa, profe, ya para cerrar.
Sí, yo creo que está entrenando bien, yo lo veo bien, se encuentra bien y mañana el último entrenamiento yo creo que definiremos, ¿no?, cuál va a ser su situación y su rol en el partido y cuántos minutos va a poder jugar.
Thank you, Carlos. We'll jump over to Ryan, please.
How's it going, Coach? First kind of opportunity to see the new shape up against a team that kind of runs a similar formation in terms of a 3-3-4-3, 3-4-2-1. How do you expect that to play out against Montreal? And what did you kind of see from them and how they defend against Orlando?
Well, I think we've played a couple games against teams that play with five during this preseason. We play against Miami that play also with five. It was more like a kind of a 5-3-2. And then we play our first friendly in Marbella was against Odense, and they play also with five. And you know, we know exactly what we are gonna expect from that formation. We know how we can break their pressure, and now it's about execution. You know, how we can be composed to execute the game plan and put some goals into the game and that help us to grow throughout the game.
And in that game against Orlando, what did you see from them in terms of threatening offensively? Obviously, they had Kokorova made his debut and a couple other guys. Any particular threats that stand out to you?
Well, I think they have a new striker, Uruguayan. He battled a lot, big target, helps them to hold the ball. He presses, you know, he's a combative type of player with quality. Then when they had Duke, they had Ibrahim, and then they brought Opoku and Martinez at the end, and they have good players and the players that can threat any team in the league. And then we will have to be really compact and working really good as a team to prevent that they can play comfortable.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Coach.
Ryan. We'll go to Abraham, please.
Hola, profe, buenas tardes, ¿cómo está?
Hola, Abraham, ¿qué tal?
Profe, ¿cuáles son las sensaciones, primeras sensaciones que les ha dejado Peter Musa al cuerpo técnico y a sus compañeros? ¿Qué es lo que... Y lo vas a convocar, aunque sea también para estar en la banca para su primer partido el sábado?
Bueno, a ver, Petar no es un desconocido para nosotros porque entrenó en Marbella durante una semana o más con el equipo, por lo tanto ya lo habíamos visto, ya habíamos tenido esas sensaciones. Las sensaciones ahora son las mismas, ¿no? De un jugador diferente arriba que tiene capacidad para hacer goles y que tiene unos movimientos muy buenos y una finalización muy buena, está comprometido con el trabajo del equipo y bueno, como he dicho antes, mañana evaluaremos su rol. La idea es que si está bien, vaya convocado y a partir de ahí, después del entrenamiento de mañana, y hablando también con él y con servicios médicos y con el preparador físico, determinaremos cuántos minutos puede jugar y si puede salir de inicio o no, ¿no? Pero bueno, yo creo que todo va en buena dirección para que él pueda jugar el sábado.
Gracias.
De nada.
Thank you, Abraham. Let's go to the stateside soccer, please.
Hey, Coach, how's it going? Yeah, I just wanted to ask. So you've got a goal dominant striker and Jesus Ferreira, and you add in Petar Musa into the mix. I just want to get your thoughts on how you get them implemented together in that attacking front.
Well, I think at the end of the season last year, we also used Jesus in a different position than a striker. We dropped him a little bit more, put Hader a little bit more higher, and it's a position that he can play really well. He fits very well his qualities. He also played against Miami the first game of preseason underneath the forward, and scored a goal and had a good game until he got injured. And I think he's a very smart player, and for us these attacking mids or number 10s that we playing behind the striker are also dynamic players, wingers that can play inside, forwards that can play in between the lines, and at the end it's add more people that when they join the box they can finish the plays.
Thank you, stateside. Are there any more questions for Nico? All right. Thank you very much.
I was
Nico,
gonna say
for your time.
one more real quick. Sorry, I was
Go
just
ahead, Ryan.
wondering, with Petter coming in, a player that was really exciting for a lot of fans in his debut was Logan, and how you think they might be able to play together, or will they be competing for one spot over the course of the season?
I think all the good players can play together, and they are good players. Then we just have to see how they can work and how we can make the team play well and be competitive with any player. And if it's Logan, it's Logan. If it's Petter, it's Petter. If it's Jesus, it's Jesus. Then at the end of the day, only 11 players can play. And we have to defend also, that we can forget about that. We have to play with a balanced team that help us to score, but also not to concede goals. And then I think every good player can play next to another good player. And in this case, I think Logan has shown that he's a good player, and we know Petter is a good player, and they'll find ways to connect and have a good connection if they have to play together.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Ryan, and thank you, Nico, for your time. That'll conclude today's media availability.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.